I'm Mama Swan, and this is your interdimensional podcast where we let you know no one knows what they're doing. It's time for another story. Once upon a time, a long time ago, there was a village. This village's main focus in life was on dragons and survival. They were a nomadic tribe, and this was made easier because they taught their dragons how to fly. Larger villages did not want their dragons to see that flying was possible, so they kept their dragons extra busy in order that they wouldn't have time to look at the sky. And whenever it would see a dragon soaring through the air, it would turn to its dragon trainers and ask, "Why can't I do that?" And they would always answer something along the lines of, "Only dragons who misbehave do things like that. It's bad, and shame on their dragon trainers for teaching them how to do it." Of course, nobody would say this in front of the nomadic dragon trainers because the dragon tribe were a confrontational group and would likely say something painfully honest in return. The larger villages often benefited from the nomadic tribe. They benefited from its medicines, its technologies, and especially from their mental health tips. They did not consider this when judging the small village. They only thought of the things they didn't like. They were afraid they would lose control of their own dragons. Little did they know, they didn't have control to begin with. One day, the dragon tribe was flying by, and one of the larger villages decided to pick a fight. "Dragons aren't cool if they aren't in school," they yelled. The dragon tribe was super confused because as fire breathers, dragons were rarely cool. The dragon tribe understood this school could be really grueling for both dragons and dragon trainers because everyone knows waking up adolescent dragons is difficult. And this village did it almost every day. Like, seriously, if you wake up an adolescent dragon, that is the most likely time that you're going to be faced with fire breathing. One of the tribe elders stepped forward and said, "It is not our fault that you make things hard and wake up grumpy. Go get your coffee and come back when you are in a better mood." Now, this particular large village never made time for things like tea or coffee, and in fact had not come across coffee before. So they asked the village, in their grumpy mood, "What the hell is coffee?" Luckily, because of their nomadic ways, the dragon tribe just happened to have an excess of coffee that they could share. So they made a large batch to share with the larger village. The larger village was not into the bitter taste, but they did feel a little bit better after drinking it. They did, however, happen to have an excess of cows, so they suggested adding milk to the coffee. And you can just kind of see where it goes. It's not the same village where sugar entered coffee, but we have a lot to thank for these people that shared. Now, this only solved that day's problems. After being introduced to caffeine, the larger village just started pushing harder and expected everybody to do even more, and they were all doing too much already. So it was a great day, but not culturally very helpful to the needs of that larger village. However, for the time that the dragon tribe was delivering the coffee, peace was had among the two villages. The larger village even offered to let the dragon tribe's dragons attend their schools, and they were like, "Nah, it's way too much paperwork." Thanks for listening to another episode of Raising Dragons with Mama Swan. I'll see you next time. Where the hell did I put my coffee?